Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm doing the strap review of this olive strap from Strapatelier. So I'm gonna bring out some points that you guys might be interested in. And here with me, I have my dad's watch, and this strap is from Strap Supply. As you can see, yep, okay, so you can see at the buckle here. So I'll actually go through the differences between these two watch straps and let you guys decide if you want to go for the more affordable option or this, which is a pricier one. Okay, so for you guys who have been following my Instagram, you would have realized that I have been wearing my T20 with this strap quite often, and even if I don't post, I have been changing this out in the midday so that I can get a good feel of how this strap wears on me. So let me give you some thoughts of wearability in terms of like a daily wear. So far, this strap has really been comfortable. Definitely there's no allergies. It's comfortable on the wrist when I do my typing. More importantly, I feel that this part is not too thick. You know, when I don't always do the floating typing, I always rest my wrist when I type, so it doesn't feel there's something there that is irritating me or is feeling uncomfortable. More importantly, I think it's always on the underneath side where this is suede leather underneath, so it has been really comfortable. There's no allergies, anything that appears after I've been wearing this for roughly about a month now. But I do have some things to point out, whereby I believe that Strapatelier can work on this, and I feel that one important part is actually the length of the strap itself. I'm at roughly about 6.75 inches for my wrist circumference, and I understand that some of you guys who have bigger wrists and you would appreciate this strap itself much more, because as you can see, I'm wearing it at the second hole, and there's actually a decent amount of flap at the back, which I don't really enjoy, because when I take wrist shot or when I look at my wrist, there's this tail on top. So if you look through their website, they don't do custom straps in terms of the length. There's only one size, and this will be the size that they provide. So I will actually leave a link down below to let you guys take a look at the strap, the length itself, because it's all up in their website. But for my personal preference, I don't really like the flap. It's I think it's just a nitty-gritty that I don't really like, something that is popping up right here. So I would really appreciate if they can come up with a smaller strap, because I think nowadays in the watch community we are always looking at 6 to 7 inches. So I'm actually at a larger side of 6, so I would really appreciate, maybe I will be wearing about the 4th or 5th hole, so that this will be tucked right underneath this buckle here. So next thing I want to point out is that so if you got this strap from Strapatelier, you have no idea that it's from Strapatelier. I do know some of you guys appreciate the cleanliness, like there's no signed logo anywhere, so that you don't spoil the look or something like this. But it just feels that these straps just randomly come from a shop. So for me, I would really appreciate a signed buckle, so that when my friends come over, have a look and feel of the strap, and they ask me, hey, where is this strap from? Or even better so, they don't need to ask me, they will be aware of the strap company right in the buckle, or perhaps at the back of the strap, so that it's not obvious. But I feel that Strapatelier should have done this at the beginning. But so far what I've heard from them is that they will be adding logos on the buckle as well as the back. So hopefully they do that, because I think that is something to look out for when actually you buy a strap. So this is from Strapatelier, olive green. So after so I think that is more on a personal side, and now I'll actually go into the details whereby I feel that it's just justify for its price point, which I will compare between these and the strap from Strap Supply. So this is just to point out to you guys that this is only a third of the price of this. So let's say if you want to get one strap from Strap Supply, you can get 3 from Strapatelier. So the price point is really important because it comes into the quality, and by quality there's a lot of things that I will point out during this video so that you guys will understand what I always look out for in straps, and perhaps in your next purchase you will understand what to look out for straps even though you're buying it online. So as you can see, the stitching here is actually beautifully done. There's no fray, everything is done nicely. So you can take a look over here. So there's actually some wear and tear after I've been trying to tighten this. So one thing, let's go to the sides. So if you look at the side, you can look at this. There's this quick release spring bar, but as you can see, the tip is not really well covered. You can see that it's separated from the strap itself. From the leather is separated, and you can see there's actually still bubbles on the cover itself. So I think this is one point to point out. Some of you might say, I don't really need that. I don't really see the side of my strap. So because you always wear a strap on the sides, you don't like go this way to look at it. So some of you might be fine, and that's completely okay. So I just want to point out that you can see it's not really well done in this case. Okay, so both sides is the same. So you can see like there is a lack of quality over here. But like what I mentioned earlier, this is comfortable. Just that some things that I have to point out. Alright, so I think it's a good choice that they put a suede leather in, because I think it's really much more comfortable on the skin. And okay, so there is actually the other end. Okay, the other end is here, so you can take a look. There's the same issue with the sides, as you can see from both ends. There's bubbles. So even here, you can take a look where they try to seal up the keepers. It's actually pretty unsightly, I guess. It's not really well done, but for my friends, my buddies here who don't really nitpick on this, it's a comfortable strap. So the buckle brushed at the sides, at the front, and at the back. So it's a simple buckle. There's no, as I mentioned, it's not signed by Strapatelier. So these are the few things that I would like to point out. But the stitching is really well done. So you can see there's no fray. It's not obvious where the end is. I think it's probably here, but it's not obvious. It's only the side of the strap, which I guess it has been compromised. Yep, but so far wearing experience is really well. So I have been wearing on my Titani because it fits the 20mm strap, and I think the combination is pretty awesome. So moving on, so I just show you the difference between the price point and the quality. Right, so if you look at the stitching, stitching is very well done. So if you compare both, it's just a different type of stitching, but both stitching is very well done, as you can see. Okay, so Strapatelier compared to Strap Supply, the buckle is slightly different. So one's with sign, one's not. So next, at the back, it's also different, as you can see. One is suede, one is just leather. Alright, the finishing, if you can take a look over here. So what I mentioned is that at the sides, you can see the difference in quality. So you can see there's bubbles. on the Strapatelier one, and there's completely no bubble on the strap supply. And just to keep in your mind, this is 3 times of the cost of this. So as you can see, even for the spring bars, it's fully sealed. You can't see the line of fray at the end. Even on the other side, it's actually relatively simple. As you can see, okay. So this is for strap supply. So the next one is also similar. Stitching both well done. Oh, just to mention that this is from 20 to 16, while the Strapatelier one is 20 to, I believe it's 18. Yep. So at the back you can see the difference. Yep, so for me, the more important part that I got a little bit picky is really on the ends of the strap, whereby you can see the difference here. Right, so keep that in mind. Between these 2 straps, I'll do a wrist roll now so that for you guys to take a look, so you can see the difference between wearing the strap supply and as well as the Strapatelier. But for me, what I would like to see from Strapatelier is that you get a signed buckle, because for me, even though I point this out, like what I mentioned earlier, I don't really go into like looking at the sides of the strap, because more importantly, when you take shots, when we look at our watches, we look at the front. So it's not really a huge issue for me, but it would be great if, let's say, they were to at least improve this for a minor bit. And with that, I think I have come back to the end of my review for Strapatelier. But I guess the more important part to keep in mind is that it's the price point. So the company has no choice but to compromise some parts of the strap itself. But even if you decided to go to strap supply to get a more expensive strap, but you do have to keep in mind that this leather itself, you can buy 3 different types. So for me, I have pointed out some things that I always look out for in leather straps. So let me just go through a quick summary. Stitching. The holes are all cut, so for that, I don't think there's much to point out. It's not a NATO or what that needs proper cutting so that it don't fray so fast. So the stitching itself has to be well done. As you can see here, it's all neat and tidy, it's straight. It wraps around the strap properly. So the next part is actually the inside. So what do I look for the inside? It's actually here. So as long as it's sticked properly, it's nicely done. But only for Strapatelier is the sides, whereby you can see some bubble and some fray at the side. So I think these are a few things that you can point out for having a good leather strap. Can you imagine if you purchase both at the same price point, and you wasn't aware that all these things that you have to point out. So this is the end of my review. This is the end of my first review with Strapatelier. I just want to thank them so much for giving these opportunities to let me do this strap review, to get me to be exposed to straps from different quality and different price point. And this will be the first. The next one I will be doing on a rubber. So I will be comparing different rubber so that you guys can understand what I'm trying to articulate over here. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this one, and I'll see you another time. Cheers!